Hello, friends. This is Pastor Amy Slater from Southgate United Methodist Church here in beautiful Lincoln, Nebraska, back again with a midweek update. I wanted to first thank all of you for your contributions to our mission project now through early June. I don't quite remember the exact date, but we talked about it last Sunday, and our mission team is coordinating a collection of donations, cash donations for Connection Point. That's a United Methodist Church and ministry. They have a food pantry, they have a clothing closet, and they've been real hard hit um, in this COVID um, pandemic time. And so we are collecting for them. And thank you to those of you who have contributed already. And if you have not done so but wish to do that, you can go to our church website, southgateumc.org, click on the Donate tab, and then follow the link to our webpage. And there are numerous options of designated uh, funds to give to, and one of them is Connection Point. And you just fill in how much you want to donate and go from there. So it's really that easy, or you can go directly to Connection Point's website and give directly to them. I'm sure they would appreciate that too. Other activities going on around the church. Our trustees, two in particular, have been busy over the weekend. Rory Zink and Ken Jefferson painted or repainted the lines in our parking lot. Since there aren't many of us using it right now, they decided to, what is that phrase? Make hay around while the sun shines. I've never made hay, so I don't know if that's appropriate or not, except when I let the lawn get too long, then it's kind of like hay. But anyway, they painted the parking lot lines and it looks fantastic. So thank you for doing that, and all our trustees do to keep our facilities maintained. Because they're still, we're still a church. We're still doing our ministries and they're just doing things in a different way. So that brings me to this week is the last week of school for Lincoln Public Schools. I know that middle school and high schoolers this week is mostly wrapping up and turning in any schoolwork assignments. For my kids in elementary school, they have their last learning videos and things like that. In fact, tomorrow is the last day. On Monday, my boys had their last Zoom meeting with their classes, and it kind of caught me off guard how much emotion I had around the end of the school year. And it hit me when my youngest son was in his Zoom meeting with his kindergarten class. And things didn't go with the Zoom meeting as he had hoped. He didn't get as much time to answer one of the questions as he would have liked. There's a lot of kids, all of them wanting to talk and answer questions. And so he got, upset about that. And it kind of made me upset thinking that my youngest, my baby, is done with kindergarten, and it kind of ended in an unexpected way. And of course, in the grand scheme of all of the hardship that so many people are experiencing, um, my family and I, we are counting our blessings, and we are every day grateful for the the things that we have, the support that we have, and how we have awesome teachers for the kids, and that we have the capability of being able to support their learning at home. And I know a lot of families don't have that. And so I guess I feel a little bit guilty for some of the grief that I'm experiencing, because I know there are a lot of folks that have kids graduating from high school, or there have been other major transition points in their life, occasions uh, that they haven't been able to observe like they had looked forward to and anticipate. In my Facebook feed, how you get those memories that come up, and I'm seeing images from exactly a year ago when my family, we were all in Boston celebrating my husband's graduation from Boston University School of Theology for his Doctor of Ministry. And it had all of the pomp and circumstance and tradition and the robes and the funny hats and things like that. And we made a family vacation of it, and it was a lot of fun. And looking back at those pictures, I love the memories, but it also makes me sad knowing that this year we likely aren't making any kind of trip, and that there are lots of families that don't get to celebrate in that same way that we got to celebrate last year. Um, so I'm experiencing some sadness and some grief, and I imagine many of you are as well. I know there are couples that had to postpone their weddings, or funerals that had to gather with very few people. There's still lingering grief, even as things are opening up in a lot of different areas. Even those places that are opening up, they're having to do so in very different ways. And this isn't a kind of disaster where the disaster sweeps through and then we work quickly to recover. Um, this is going to take a while because coming back is a slow, slow process. So that's just really kind of my random rambling thoughts about some big feelings that I'm having, and that I would guess that many of you are having too. So I would love to hear from you. I want to hear from you on what's something that you're grieving, and if you're grieving the loss of a family member, or um, an occasion that had to be canceled, or even if it's something seemingly silly and mundane, like missing your favorite coffee shop, or missing, going and gathering with your neighbors. We're all missing something. And I think it's important that we take time to name that, to talk with um, our friends, and to reach out so that we can seek out those uh, listening ears, those people that offer us grace, and to be those people who offer grace as well. And so I want to invite you, if you're struggling, reach out, drop a comment, send a message, send an email, um, whatever you're comfortable with. Let me know what you're struggling with, and we can work through this together as just a bunch of struggling people who know that God is with us even in the midst of this struggle. So, friends, I hope you are well and healthy. Remember that God really does love you, and so do I. And I'll see you Sunday.